Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to another Study With Me session today. I am going to continue on in this text. Now, initially in the class I'm doing, let me just get my light here. There we go. In the class that I'm interested in doing on Coursera, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but I'm not signed up for it yet, but I got the text out of it, and it's actually a text that I was quite surprised after I did some research to find that several other universities use this online text. And the professor, Professor Paul Bloom, had certain chapters, assigned. If you go through the different weeks, different modules, you have different readings. And then as I was looking on other syllabus, I found that other professors had other chapters. And I believe, I will have to get the definite, but I believe this has something like 101 what they call modules, which are chapters. I have decided for my own interest, just because I really love the field of psychology, and number two, I'm just a geek like that. But because I do want to delve deep into learning and my thoughts and theory, to do my own personal thesis down the road on learning, how we learn, what have you, I decided I'm going to go ahead and read this whole entire text. When I dive into the actual course, I will then focus primarily on those chapters assigned, but for my own learning, I decided to do everything. So I'm going to be going through the whole entire text. This is probably going to be a few months worth of detailed reading and setting up my notes and what have you. And then later down the road, after I'm done with this, I'm going to be diving into I believe I shared with you guys in my one video, my self-study course, where I have, already loads of texts that I have assigned myself to read and research and what have you over the next several months and years even, actually. Much like a PhD, you want to sit down and look at what your research entails and what your end goals are. And my end goals are, of course, to learn how to write a fiction novel, but also nonfiction as well. And nonfiction primarily on learning how we learn. I have a specific question in mind that I'm focusing on and going to be doing a hardcore research on. Now, of course, I'm not going to be doing actual student studies, with people actually interviewing people, nothing like that. It's just my own personal study. And as we go through, as I figure out really how I'm going to attack this, I'll share with all of you what I'm doing. But anyhow, for right now, just because I'm really interested in this, and a lot of the base of what I'm going to be researching is going to come from the field of psychology, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take kind of a detour from my original plan. Those books are all still there, ready for me to read. But I wanted to go through and just start right in with the psychology, get a real hard base down of understanding this book. And then later, actually, when I go through the course, then I'll be doing exams, delving more into other resources I have on the brain and learning and what have you. So anyhow, just wanted to give you kind of an idea of where I'm at now. So we are going to be going through this book. What I'm going to do is take it unit by unit. I have printed off, let me just get my binder over here. And if you do hear any noise down in the background, I'm not sure if you guys if the camera picks that up, but my mother-in-law is working in the kitchen, and that's right below where I'm at in my little nook area over here. But this is the actual course index here. the text index, Introduction to Psychology, the full NOBA collection. As you see here, it says this textbook represents the entire catalog of NOBA topics. It contains 101 learning modules covering every area of psychology commonly taught in introductory courses, and the book can be modified, which is what I have found. It modified by my professor as well as other professors, but I am going to be the geek that I am and tackle all of this. So as we go through, what I'm going to do is, like here it says psychology as a science, and that has several units in it, and then we get into biological basis of behavior, and then where's our next subtopic? Sensation and perception. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this, like right now we're going to do psychology as a science. What I'm going to do is go through and read all the text, highlight in the text everything that I feel that is important, and then after that is done, then I'm going to sit down and write my notes, write my note cards, and then I'll move into the next section and do the same thing. So I think that's the format I'm gonna create with this. I know my last videos I just basically did read through, but that's what I'm gonna do with this. And there's one more thing in this I do need to print off, but so I did a little bit of it already out of order, but I'm gonna go back and refamiliarize myself with those couple of chapters and see how they fall, because I would imagine the authors of this text have it in that order for a reason, and then teachers can grab and pick and choose, but there's a reason it must flow that way. So that's the way I'm going to read it, study it, learn it, what have you. So now that I have talked your ear off, I apologize for that. You can just speed through. Okay. And then one more little thing. As you know, I have been using pen to highlight on this. I have not tried. Let me, hold on a second. I did get highlighters that may not smear. I'm not sure if I can figure out where I put them in my stuff here. What did I do with them? I have them here. Oh well, I will try on my own. I just bought new highlighters, but I will see if those can be used. But they're only yellow, so I don't have any other colors, so I prefer to color coordinate. So I'm using blue, just to refresh you guys. Blue is any main idea. Red now is going to be only vocab terms, and green is going to be for any people, psychologists, theorists, what have you. I'm going to use green for that. And I'm going to use this Stabilo one, but I may switch it up, you know, over time. I may get a gel one, see if this, I like this brand of gel pen. I may look and see if they have a green Uniball, because I can guarantee you, we go through this whole entire text, these are going to run out. So anyhow, that's what we're going to do. So let's get into this. We're going to do research designs, and then I will see how long this all takes me. Let me just grab my iPad because I can keep track of the time. Okay, it's just 2:31, so not bad. So so if we get an hour to 2 hours in today, that would be awesome. Yeah, so I've talked you guys' ear off, but I am eventually going to get a little timer that I can set, you know, on my little table, so that you guys can see how long the time, you know. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, good luck. Have fun with your studies, and I will be here studying with all of you. Oh, let me turn on my rain sounds as well. I'm sorry. I love the rain sounds. It helps me drown out noise out there. Like right now I can hear our ice cream truck and that noise, distracting. So let me turn on the rain sounds. My internet is slow over here. Come on. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. All right. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. If it is, let me know in the comments. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut that here at this point. With this chapter, I'd like to go on further, but I've got a couple of other things I need to do. Today, well, it happens to be my fiance's birthday, so we're going to be having birthday celebrations. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this short today, but we did get through another chapter, and this one, for me at least, is a little more challenging, so I'm going to probably go back through this and reread it, and then, you know, once I do my notes and everything, try to make sure I understand all of this. And I will, for those of you that may be interested, at the end of these, of course, there's vocabulary, which I do intend to learn those words, but also all of these discussion questions, I do plan to answer those. And then what I'd like to do at the very end of researching everything, or reading through the text, studying, what have you, I want to like go back through and like randomly quiz myself and take like a question or two out of each section, and, you know, retest myself once we get into. And then I know the actual psychology class I have will actually have tests, so I will be taking those tests as well. But I also want to, you know, quiz myself and make sure I do understand the material. It's the whole point of whether you're self-learning or you're going to a university or you're in high school, wherever, it's important to test yourself and make sure you know the material, and you know how to then apply it to your research or your future job or whatever the case may be. So that is where we're going to end it today. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it, as it does help my channel to grow. And if you have not done so already, please click that subscribe button, as I'd love to have you join me on my journey. Okay, bye-bye.